Hi, good morning, and welcome to Anne-Marie's Workshop. This is my Fridaysews for June 10th, I believe. Where's the time going? My name is Anne-Marie, and I like to make things. If you like to make things too, you found the right place. Please like, subscribe, and share. And leave me a comment and tell me what kind of things you're interested in. It helps me figure out the things I like to talk about because you know I like to talk. Anyway, this week's topic is, are you getting ready for a wedding? Are you sewing anything particular for a wedding? And I could have used this topic last year. I must have made 6 different outfits to wear to my son's wedding. My son and my new daughter had planned to get married in, I believe, 2020. Reserved the place, found the venue, got the dresses, got the bridesmaids. It was fabulous. And then COVID happened. So they ended up having something called an elopement. So just the 5 of them on the side of a mountain in Texas by themselves. We couldn't come. My dad couldn't come. None of us could come. My daughter had, my eldest daughter flew in from Minnesota, and they drove 14 hours to this unbelievable location. Hopefully I'll insert some pictures here to see how magical it was. But alas, we were not there. Then, so they put their wedding off for a year, and that is what I went to last November. And I will sprinkle a few pictures around, but it was magic. And I sewed and sewed and sewed, trying to find the perfect mother of the groom dress, and ended up wearing the mother of the groom dress I had bought maybe 15 years ago at a really great sale at a department store. And I said to myself, oh, this is what I'm going to wear whenever my son gets married. And I ended up doing that. Even though I made a tuxedo, I made dress after dress after dress, but none of them were quite right. But ended up wearing that champagne colored dress, and hopefully I'll show a picture of me in it somewhere around here. Now, as for what's going on in my workshop, a few things on my makes list have been done. A few things have arrived that I needed to complete, and I'm muddling through. So I'll lead you through a couple things I've made. Now this week, I worked on New Look 6566. I was very attracted to this pullover, this long drink of water, of a shirt that goes all the way down to your ankles, and you can wear it with beautiful white pants. And I have a lot of white pants for the summer. I love a white pant look. And I had recently, hopefully you got to see the video of me in Montreal. And what I mostly bought in Montreal was shears. Not that they're particularly known for that. It's just that particular day I was really attracted to shears. So this was one of the shears that I picked up. And it's beautiful. It almost looks like a Monet watercolor. And so I worked on this one. Once again, sometimes something that's very, very simple ends up taking a little bit of time. These were very simple, 2-piece pattern, bias tape, and I did a black satin bias tape on it. But I learned my lesson from that McCall's dress I made, that I needed to do a blind stitch on the outside here so that it looked very finished. I did not want a top stitch on these delicate fabrics. So I made one in this, and another one. I made another one. You know, that beautiful print that I used with the t-shirt, if you've been following along. If not, if you're a new subscriber or just a stopper by, welcome. Those of you who keep coming by, thank you for coming along for the ride. But I made the black sheer. This was my goal, to make that New Look dress, cover up with this fabric, and I had enough left over from it to do that t-shirt, and I still have some scraps left, so I might make my famous hat pattern if I have enough to make a shirt with it. I'm sorry about, I've had a few people write me about that hat pattern. It is no longer in the Simplicity book. I will see if I can find it on eBay or Etsy and let you know. All right, another thing I was working on in my workshop were pajamas, but I was stumped because I could not find at my local fabric store here in Jamaica, I could not find stretch bias tape to do the edging, and I didn't have enough of the fabric left enough to, to make the edging, and I wanted the contrast anyway. So finally, it wasn't long, my shipping company told me that my bias tape had arrived. I bought it from a company on Amazon called Ang, and it was a lovely shell pink. I'm sure they have many other colors, but I needed that knit to go with. It's such a soft, knit, like a brush gray, soft knit, that it needed a knit. They did have pink satin, but I needed something that would be stretchy. You don't want to roll around in bed at night with satin, and I don't think that cotton would have served it either. So I'm glad I waited. So I had made the Thistle set. Hold on, don't want to crinkle on you. I used the Thistle Sleepy set by Petite Stitchery. I will include a picture of the pattern. I bought it as a PDF, so I downloaded it, and I made the maxi dress, the ruffle dress without the ruffle, and the romper, like the twin set here, without the ruffle, because I ran out of fabric. But I ended up getting 1, 2, 3 pieces. I got the tank and I got the shorts. And the shorts I edged with the same stretch binding. And so they're not complete yet. This needs casing and elastic for the waist, and all of the rest of them need hems. I'm not sure if I'm doing the baby hem. I do not have enough. It would have been nice if I had doubled my order and had enough of this to go around the edge of the each one of these night dress tops and night dresses, but this is all I have left, and I bought 4 packages of it. So I'm probably going to have to come up with a turn under or a baby hem. Now, one of the things I'm currently working on this month is a love sew. It's something for my youngest daughter, and it is Simplicity 8124. It's a Cynthia Rowley. I think it's still in the pattern book. It has a dress with an off-shoulder stretch. It has the shirt, and it has the romper. I will show, maybe I'll insert a picture of Sarah. She wears this thing all the time. I did it in this wonderful stretch by Mimi G, Melanated Fabrics. I think it's getting tired. And she's still wearing it. She just said, Mom, you can make it in any fabric. You can make whatever, just get me more. So I know she's heading to Portland to do her work. She's a massage therapist. And so I started making her this black capri romper. I lowered the length of the pant because she's a shorty, and I lowered the length of the pant to make it kind of like a capri or all-out pants for her. And I did it in a scuba because she's good in scuba. Y'all, she's hard on clothes. She is hard on clothes. I love her, but she's hard on clothes. So I made her this romper in scuba. It is not light weather rompering. It is definitely fall to winter when she's in Portland and it's cool and everything like that. But I think she could really use this, especially the mobility of it, given that she massages people for a living. And so I'm working on this. I have put in all of the elastics, but I have held on to them. I've not secured them in place because she's coming to Jamaica end of September or October, and I will fit this on her and make sure that the elastic is tight enough, because this is kind of a strong material. But I think it can take her on. Now, another thing that happened this week in the workshop is my brother, who's a filmmaker in Japan, convinced me to do a short. He's a big YouTuber and everything, and he's been trying with me for years, y'all. And he said he wanted me to work on a community tab, and he wanted me to work on a short. And you know, the gray guys in my hair, takes me a while to get myself going. So I looked into doing a short, and my inspiration was that I had finished 2 Dress a Girl Around the World dresses. Now, these are my commitment to make 2 dresses a month for this charitable organization. They sent me a lovely thank you note, thanked me so much for my pledge to do that, and they gave me a tax form and everything, and a newsletter of all the things that they're into. They do so much more than the dresses. You can sponsor a woman in business. You can make a cash donation. I choose to do this. I'm going to consider like maybe doing a monthly donation, because I can't imagine little girls not having anything to wear. All right, so this is the first one, and this was from leftover fabric from that Kaleidoscope Ankara fabric. My lovely, one of my oldest sewing friends. We got into a lot of mischief when we were younger, sewing in Houston together. And she had been following my videos, and she couldn't figure out what I was talking about, Ankara. She's African, and she couldn't figure out what I was talking about. And I was like, Ankara fabric. She said, do you mean Ankara? I was like, is that how it's supposed to be said? So she cracked up laughing. I was like, I apologize to everybody of African descent who has heard me say Ankara. It's Ankara. Gotcha. Anyway, this was the Kaleidoscope fabric that I made another copy of this dress over here with. And it was wonderful to make. You can get their pattern. You can come up with your own design, but you have to check and see what they want. And I bought a bag of these little labels, and the labels have to be sewn on the pocket to say it says Dress a Girl Around the World. Anyway, this is one, and here's the second one. And y'all, there's a light to sew. I think it takes about, if you take away the cutting them out, which I cut a whole stack out of leftover fabric, we're talking maybe hour and a half, like a good movie, and you can get one of these done. And recently I made a shirt with this fabric, and so I made one of these. They're easy to finish. You use the bias tape to finish the edges. There's a little piece of elastic, so it kind of fits quite a bit. And I like to add a ruffle to give them a little bit more time with the dress, you know, for it to grow with them. Anyway, so I finished 2 of those this week, and they were on my makes list for this month. So we're doing good so far. Now let's get to some of the well, let's talk about a funny issue. I made these wonderful unicorn and rainbow dresses. I'll try and insert them somewhere around here. I saw a spectacular set on Instagram where the unicorn was brown plush because she had bought her granddaughter's or her daughter's brown plush unicorns. I made the matching dresses. It was so cute. If I can find it on my feed, I will insert it somewhere around here. But I had made the rainbow and unicorn dress for my adopted grandkids. the ones that I appropriated for my friend Mary. And she was sharing with me, and she was like, oh, and the boxes barely got here. We've got problems. And I was like, what? And she was like, Ruthie and Charlotte, they each think that rainbow dress is for them. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. I thought a rainbow dress and a unicorn dress, they'd share. Au contraire, mon frere. So I had cut out another one because they the dresses were so small on the 60-inch fabric that I cut two out at the same time of the unicorn. You know, make it and they will come. And so I have the parts to make another unicorn dress. So as time permits, if I get finished with my stuff, and little by little, don't you worry, Ruthie, I'm on it. I will get that unicorn dress to you. It's pattern number 953. One, you know, going down in history is one of my favorite patterns of all time. This is my second reiteration of this. Third. Anyway, I'm fixing to make it in a dressing gown. Wait till you see this fabric, y'all. I cannot wait, but I cannot do it this month. I can cut it out this month, but I got to handle all the things on my list first before I start sewing it. All right, so fruity 2022. And I have to tell you guys, initially, I rolled my eyes. I rolled my eyes because I was like, I don't have anything that has fruit on it. Embarrassing. And then I went in my stash. Hold on. I had 1, 2 things already cut out. Already fruity. Cherries, all kind. And I have a duster filled with burnt out limes and cherries and tangerines. So I was already so fruity, just didn't realize it. And then I realized that one of the patterns that one of the fabrics that I ordered from Fabric Mart on that Texas haul, either number 1 or 2, had lemons on it. And I had cut out the Anthea dress because I'm such a fan of the Anthea blouse. I wanted to try the dress. I just love the way it sits. Like, I never get to button things all the way up to the top because of how short my neck is. But, oh, I love wearing that Anthea blouse. I have 3 of them. I have 1 cut out. I'm thinking about cutting a few more out, but I digress. Anyway, so I am ready for the So Fruity Challenge. And I will take on the So Fruity Challenge after I finish making the things I plan to make for this month. But things are coming along. Now, there was a lot of good movies and television out there that I like to watch. A lot of good Netflix baking shows, garden shows, documentaries, romances. Anyway, the next challenge was He Made at 2022, and I have cut out my little godson, grand godson, because it's my goddaughter's son. I cut out this little camp shirt right here in blue dinosaur. I'm sorry if it crinkles, y'all. In blue triceratops and white stegosaurus that glows in the dark. It makes me so happy. Anyway, so that's my He Made challenge. All right, guys. So that's all I've been working on in the workshop. I've been trying to keep it to the morning because it gets hot here in Jamaica in the evening and my workshop heats up. I've got fans and everything like that. But I really like sewing early morning and then sewing again in the evening if I get a chance. I'm trying to get more balance. Y'all, on Sunday, I actually pulled off a day of rest. Now, you know, for women, that day of rest thing is kind of challenging because kids still need to be fed, things need to get prepared for the following week. So that day of rest thing is just a little tricky. But I watched 2 movies. I took off my nail polish. I made some dinner and breakfast for my dad. And I actually experienced a day of rest, y'all. I highly recommend it. So that's what I resolved to do. Do my work that I love Monday through Friday. Saturday is like a wild card. Do what I feel like. And on Sunday, watch my service and have a day of rest. And I really think it renewed something for me for this week. All right. So I hope that you are making and that your family is safe and that your heart and soul is at peace with all the things going on in the world. And we will see you next Friday. I have a few other things coming out. I'm going to try not to drive you crazy, but I do love making these videos. All right. See you soon. Keep baking.